What's going on, fellas? Jimothy Spyder, as always, joined by my partner, LeRoy Cannonball, and boy, do we got some super hot fire for you today. Yeah, Spyder, usually when you say that, you're joking around or being sarcastic, but this is for real. This is gonna be fun. This is the spiritual successor to the Spyder and Cannonball Invitational. Remember, way back in the day, we made a video on Gears of War where we had some contestants competing against each other, and it's the same thing here, except 10 times better, Spyder. Alright, don't oversell it. I'm not sure it's gonna even be a little bit better, much less 10 times better, but here are the rules. Let's break them down real quick. Very, very simple to understand. We got 16 characters, all with their own little personalities, 7 races per event, 3 events per season. The point leader at the end of the season, that is, the end of the 3 events, will be crowned season champion and will try to defend their crown the next season, but let's get done with this one. This event is called Tsunami, Spyder. Well, we got 4 out of our 16 contestants down there ready to race, revving up the engines. The top 2 of them will move on to the next round, and the bottom 2 will be done for the entire event, netting no points for the season total. So there is a lot on the line, and enough blabbing about rules. Let's get into it. Here we go, we're off and running, and it's a familiar face, Spyder. He competed in the Gears of War tournament. This is Gin and Robotonics, that alcoholic robot, and he has submitted a soundbite. Let's take a listen.
All I want to do is drink and drive.
Our first fresh face on the scene, this is Dynamite driving the shredder car. I believe it's called that because it's got those little knives sticking out of the side. You better watch where you drive because that thing will shred you quicker than a box of cheap cereal, Cannonball. This is the guy I've been itching to get to, Spyder. This is I got a soft spot in my heart for this guy, just seeing his name, Harry Buttcheeks, driving the cheetah, and this jump is almost off the side, Spyder. We already got a little bit of action. We got rockets coming down from the top, shredders from the side, and we got our final contestant of this opening race, inwardly tortured superhero. This is just a few moments ago, Cannonball, finding some trouble early on in the race. Yeah, going off the side and driving that Roadrunner vehicle, it can be tough, Spyder. Sometimes you go a little bit too fast, sometimes the handling's a little bit too good, and he's just not a very good driver, I think. Back to Gin and Robotonics in that black Manta car, so beautiful. I gotta step in and disagree with you there. I will never forgive this car for what it did to the late, great Steve Irwin. Gin and Robotonics struggling to try to get into second place and continue on in this tournament. Spyder, Steve Irwin wasn't killed by a car. I don't even think he was killed by a manta ray. I think it was a stingray. Dynamite finding himself in first, but he's got Harry Buttcheeks right behind him. That works out kind of good. Harry Buttcheeks attempting to pass on the left and finally does after a huge jump. And we are going into the tunnel scene, Cannonball. A textbook pass from the young man that I love, Harry Buttcheeks. And we're looking back at inwardly tortured superhero. Hasn't done much to impress, but he has submitted a soundbite, Spyder. Let's go ahead and play that for the folks at home.
How can I save people when I'm so torn up inside?
Oh, good. Now I see why his name is what it is. He can't drive worth a dang. You know, I'm so tired of this trope, Cannonball. No time for complaining. We're coming down on the home stretch here, Spyder. Dynamite on the left, Harry Buttcheeks on the right. Buttcheeks with a small lead, but that could change at any moment. Production is saying Gin and Robotonics is effectively out of the race, so it's down to these 3 as we see inwardly tortured superhero. Who would have thought he's got a shot to stay in the race? Bumps off a guy, passes Dynamite. Spyder, if he could keep this together, this would be one of the greatest comebacks I've ever seen, and never mind. Gets hit with a rocket from the back. 10 seconds away from moving on. It's looking like Dynamite and Harry Buttcheeks, unless a last-second pass. No, they will move on, Spyder. What an ending. A wonderful try out of inwardly tortured superhero up at the end, but he kind of choked it away. And I can't say enough about how much I hate that character and how played out it is. Again, put your complaints away. Nobody has time to listen to your garbage. We're moving on to race 2 of these 4 opening races for the Tsunami event. That is right, 4 more contestants with starry eyes trying to move on to the semis and join Dynamite and Harry Buttcheeks. They will be racing on the map Rabbit Season, and for you stat trackers at home, the first map was It Begins. Starting us out on this one is Abusive Grandma driving the Skeletor vehicle. She submitted a soundbite. Let's check out what that sounds like.
Grandma's not gonna tell you again.
If you don't stop running around this house, I'm gonna stick the screwdriver in your eye!
Well, that was mildly horrifying. Not really sure if we're supposed to alert the authorities, but the next contestant here, Vance Halen's driving that Barbie Dream camper. And he's walking a fine line when it comes to copyright, Spyder. Everybody knows what he's doing there. And I hope this video doesn't get flagged for his selfishness. I am already against this guy. Also, why are you driving a camper in a race? Good luck. And I'm not gonna lie, this is my dark horse to win the entire championship. Zebra fought, driving Marvin the Martian. He's got a soundbite. I don't understand why it has to be so specific. It's not just a flatulent, but it's a zebra. That's just very specific and also disgusting. And rounding out the 4 contestants for this race is Miss Massacre. She's got it going on, Spyder, driving in that Bugs Bunny, but she's at the back of the pack. Maybe only looks in this specific package. Hey, this chick could finish dead last. I don't care. She could murder me anytime. I don't think that's coming across. You know, is that supposed to be sexy? I don't know. I'm gonna move past that. Back to abusive grandma though, finding herself in second behind the underdog of all underdogs, Vance Halen, beating everybody in this Barbie Dream camper. It's unbelievable. It's a tale as old as time, Cannonball. You cannot count out a man driving a pink RV in a Hot Wheels racing competition. I mean, that's just a fact that we're seeing in real time here. Oh, getting squirted by the rocket, it slows him down, and who's behind him but abusive grandma and Zebra fought on the left. We got a 3-way shot here for first. Yeah, getting hit with that shrapnel definitely hurt Vance Halen. And Zebra Fart trying to overtake abusive grandma up there. We're down here in the grass portion of the map. That means we're about to wrap up. Abusive grandma, if she can just hold on for a little bit longer, she's gonna move on to the semis, and who knows who's gonna be in second. Now with some very exciting split screen action here, shows how close this race really is. Zebra Fart trying to challenge for first on the left, and on the right we have Miss Massacre, who's not that far behind. Vance Halen has now jumped out into second, and Miss Massacre is right on everybody's heels here. It's anybody's race with 30 seconds left, Cannonball. Nobody wants to be left behind. Nobody wants to have to go home for the event. They all want to make it to the semis, and they're all making that final push. Here comes the hairpin, Spyder. They all maneuvered it pretty well. This is the final straightaway, Spyder. Not enough juice for Miss Massacre, and she's going home. Zebra Fart taking second, and abusive grandma running away with it, getting first. And we will see those two moving on to the semis, along with, of course, Dynamite and Hairy Buttcheeks. Yeah, but that's not all, folks. We got 2 more opening rounds that will be covered in the next video. So that means 4 more winners will join the 4 winners of this video. And I'm sure I'm making it sound more convoluted and complicated than it really is. Hopefully production can overlay some type of table or something. Thank you so much for watching. It's always so nice having you with us. If you enjoyed it, please hit us with a subscribe. That helps me and Spyder out a lot. And we hope to see you in the next installment of this Spyder and Cannonball Invitational, the Tsunami event.